Hi guys, I am here with our Bible story to wrap it up for the week. So I have a third version of our story, and today I'm going to read it from the Jesus Storybook Bible just to give it a little bit of a different, from a different perspective to help with the meaning of it, okay? So it says God sends help, and here's our picture, because remember they're starting off in that room and they're all afraid, right? Jesus' friends and helpers huddled together in a stuffy upstairs room. Even though it was sunny outside, the shutters were closed, the door was locked. Wait in Jerusalem, Jesus had told them. I'm going to send you a special present. God's power is going to come into you. God's Holy Spirit is coming. So here they were, waiting. Actually, mostly what they were doing was just being scared and hiding. You can't blame them. Their best friend had left. The important people and leaders were after them, and Jesus had given them a job they didn't know how to do. As they waited, they were praying and remembering how from the beginning, God had been working out his secret rescue plan. Suddenly, a strong wind filled the room, whistling through the walls, rustling the straw on the floor, and there, on everyone's heads, shining in the gloom, were flickering flames, fire that didn't hurt or burn. I'll show you the picture. And something more. Inside, in their hearts, they felt a strange heat, almost as if all the coldness and hardness were melting away, as if their broken hearts were mending, and God was giving them brand new hearts, hearts that could work properly. How it happened, they didn't know, but they knew God's power had struck their hearts ablaze, and Jesus himself was coming to live inside them. They had seen Jesus go away, but now he was closer than he had ever been, inside their hearts. And this time, nothing could ever separate them. Jesus would always be there, with them, loving them, whispering the promise that would get rid of the poison and the terrible lie and the sickness in their hearts. God's wonderful promise to them: you are my child, and I love you. Make your home in me as I make my home in you, Jesus had said. Could it be? Heaven was coming into their hearts? They threw open the shutters. Sunlight flooded their room as love had flooded their hearts, and the little room was filled with happy noises, dancing feet, singing, laughing. They unlocked the door and surged out into the streets as if they had never been afraid. Peter spoke in a loud voice so everyone could hear. Jesus died for you, he said, because he loves you. But God made him alive again. He has rescued you. People stopped and listened. The words sank down deep into their hearts and worked like a medicine that makes you well, like the antidote to a deadly poison, like a kiss that wakes you from a deep sleep. And just to show you the picture, you can see Peter running out, shouting to the people. And if you remember, remember Jesus said he was going to send that Holy Spirit, and it came upon them. So let's keep reading and see what more happens. Stop running away from God, Peter said. Run to him instead so he can love you and make you free. And Peter told them the wonderful story of God's love. God's never stopping, never giving up, unbreaking, always and forever love. How Jesus had come, all that had happened. Remember, that's exactly what Jesus wanted them to do, guys. He wanted them to go out and tell everyone about it. And that's what they're doing now. They're no longer afraid. Isn't that awesome? All right, let's see what else he says. There were lots of people from faraway countries in Jerusalem. They couldn't speak the same language, but as they listened to Peter, everyone could understand what he was saying in their own languages. Many people believed and became Jesus' new friends and helpers, and the wonderful news of Jesus spread like sparks from a fire to villages, towns, cities. Every day, more and more people believed. And so it was that the family of God's children, his special people, grew. You can see them all there. Look at this guy right here. See him? He doesn't look very happy, does he? It says one man was watching. I'll stop this, Saul said. But this was God's plan, and nothing in all the world would ever be able to stop it. So Saul is somebody who I'm hoping we get to talk about. If not, I'll just give you a brief little piece on him. For those of you who don't know, Saul eventually will become one of Jesus's greatest followers and leaders, and he'll change his name to Paul. So I think by saying Paul, a lot of you are going, oh wait, yeah, I do know who you're talking about. But at first, he was known as Saul, and he didn't like it. He didn't like what these disciples were doing because he didn't believe. But it will change for him, and he will become a great, great disciple of Jesus. All right, friends, I hope you have a great weekend. I'll catch you later. Bye.